as you know, we're taking a lot of money in from China because of the tariffs and the different things, and it's a very important relationship. We're going to get along good with China. I hear so many stories about we're not going to allow their students, or we're going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow, it's very important, 600,000 students. It's very important. But we're going to get along with China. But it's a different relationship that we have now with China. It's a much better relationship economically.
4 months, Donald Trump has been leading the toughest immigration crackdown in modern U.S. history. Deportations at record highs. Visa cancellations are soaring. International students from India and other countries seeing their numbers cut nearly in half. But now, in a stunning twist, Trump is opening America's doors wide open to one group in particular, Chinese students. Not a few thousand. Not even 100,000. Trump wants 600,000 Chinese students to study in the United States. That's more than double the current numbers. This dramatic U-turn is raising eyebrows across Washington and Trump's MAGA base. Why would Trump, who has built his brand on shutting borders, suddenly roll out the red carpet for Chinese students? To understand, we need to step back. Just a few months ago, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. would begin revoking visas of Chinese students, especially those who have ties to the Communist Party or studying sensitive fields. Trump himself even urged universities like Harvard to cap foreign student admissions at just 15%. The rhetoric was clear. Foreigners, especially Chinese students, were seen as a threat. But that was then. Now, with trade talks between Washington and Beijing at a delicate stage, Trump has flipped the script. His administration is signaling to China that they are willing to compromise, and willing to let hundreds of thousands of Chinese students come to American campuses. Because the trade relationship between the U.S. and China is under immense strain, Trump has slapped tariffs on billions of dollars of Chinese goods. Beijing has retaliated. American farmers, tech exporters, and manufacturers are feeling the pain. Trump knows he needs some kind of truce with Beijing. Allowing 600,000 Chinese students in may be a bargaining chip, something to show goodwill, while still holding tariffs as leverage. But here's the contradiction. This decision comes just as the U.S. is seeing the sharpest immigration decline in over 60 years. According to Pew Research, the foreign-born population fell by 1.4 million in just 6 months. That's the first time since the 1960s that more immigrants are leaving America than entering it. The labor force is shrinking. California farms, construction sites, and childcare centers are already struggling. Produce prices are up. Job creation is down. Economists warn that without immigrant labor, America could lose millions of jobs. Add to that the education sector. According to Forbes, international student enrollment in U.S. universities is predicted to fall by nearly 50% this year. Indian students, in particular, are hit hard, with numbers dropping almost in half compared to last year. So the picture is clear. Students from India are being squeezed. Families are uncertain. Universities are worried about revenue. Yet, at the same time, Trump is offering Chinese students a golden ticket. But this balancing act is risky. Hardcore supporters of Trump's immigration agenda are already furious. On social media, many are calling this a betrayal of the America First promise. They see this as Trump giving Beijing what it wants, while ordinary Americans continue to struggle with inflation and job insecurity. And make no mistake, international students aren't just tourists. They are a massive economic force. Chinese students alone bring billions of dollars into the U.S. every year in tuition, housing, and living expenses. Universities rely heavily on that money. In some colleges, more than 20% of the budget comes from international student fees. For Trump, that's another calculation. Allowing Chinese students could pump much-needed dollars into America's higher education system, at a time when other student flows, like from India, are collapsing. But here's the political gamble. Trump has spent years building his base on an anti-China narrative, accusing Beijing of cheating on trade, stealing American technology, and spreading COVID-19. Trump has seriously accused China for the USA fentanyl crisis as well. Now, by welcoming 600,000 Chinese students, he risks looking inconsistent. To put it in perspective, in 2024, there were roughly 290,000 Chinese students in the US, doubling that to 600,000 would make them, by far, the largest single foreign student community in America, larger than the combined total of students from India, South Korea, and Canada. However, the contradictions remain. At the same moment Trump is deporting farm workers and shutting doors on Indian engineers, he is inviting Chinese students in unprecedented numbers. It's a move that could alienate his base, confuse his allies, and embolden Beijing. This is the paradox of Trump's America. Immigration is weaponized as a political tool. Students become bargaining chips in trade wars. And policy changes swing like a pendulum, one month cracking down, the next month opening doors. For students and families around the world, it means uncertainty. Should they apply to US universities? Will policies change again? Will visas be canceled after they've already arrived? These are questions without clear answers. In the end, Trump's decision to allow 600,000 Chinese students is not just about education. It's about power. It's about trade. And it's about the future of America's place in the world. Whether this move will be remembered as a smart play or a costly misstep, that only time will tell.
In a world where business never stops, Mint keeps you ahead, any screen, anytime. From studios to the ground, Mint breaks down business, leadership, and lifestyle, boldly, visually, and smartly. From boardrooms to markets, from personal wealth to industry trends, we bring you the insights that matter.
Mint is doing brilliantly well. It's a well-read page, I would think.
What fuels India's biggest CEOs? Ride along and find out.
I have to work that much harder. I have to put that much more in.
Over the years. Earlier I could say, no, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But now I can.
Want to invest like the pros? Learn from India's top market experts.
Things like that worry me about markets.
I don't want to buy a house to invest.
Your money, your future. We make finance simple. Step inside breathtaking homes and the creative minds behind them.
So we are at the house in Camellias. I think Camellias is the most expensive property in the NCR and probably the most expensive in the country.
India's real estate scene decoded. No jargon, no fluff.
Home buyers will have more bargaining power.
It's a great time to buy a house as well.
Some chase success, others create it. Meet the ones who made the impossible possible.
I don't want to be a doctor, I don't want to be an engineer, I don't want to be an accountant. And that's the most fragile thing. Poof, it will go away.
वो ताली ऐसी थी ना, इतनी addictive थी, मैंने कहा बॉस अब तो यही होगा.
We don't just talk business, we show it. And the world's watching.